Good morning. We will start session 2 on chapter acid, bases and salt. In our previous class, we understood what are acids, definition of an acid, properties of acid and how do we classify acids based on their sources, ionization power and their basicity, right? Similarly here, we understand what is a base, the properties of base, how do we classify the base. Now when we talk about acid, the common acids when we talk, what we know in our day-to-day life is citric acid, which is present in the lemon, lactic acid which is present in the curd, oxalic acid present in the tomatoes, etc. Similarly, when we talk about bases, bases are the one which is present in the soap. That means bases are soapy to touch. Soap is nothing but a base. Whenever we get acidity, what is that we consume? We consume something in the form of a base, that is nothing but we consume an antacid tablet, medicine, syrup, liquid or anything, a form of a base to regulate the acidity. So let's understand more about base. Base. Properties of bases. Bases are bitter in taste and soapy to touch. Of course, yes. See, whenever we talk about acid bases, acids and bases are not supposed to be touched or taste because sometimes it can be harmful. Now, for example, we can touch. Now, citric acid is a very weak acid. We can even taste it. Similarly, we will not suggest you that taste the soap or taste or touch the, yes, of course, we can touch the soap, it is soapy to touch. But again here, bases are also corrosive, right? So we are not supposed to touch that with our bare hands. It turns red litmus to blue. Now similarly in the previous part we understood that acids turn blue litmus to red. Here if you take a blue litmus, a red litmus strip and dip it in the base solution or in the base, it will turn to blue. We will be again dealing with the litmus, that is indicators, in the further part. Now these give OH negative ions in the aqueous solution. So how do we define a base? Bases are the substance which furnish OH ions in the aqueous solution. Acids furnishes H plus ions in the aqueous solution. Similarly, bases furnish OH ions in the aqueous solution. Suppose if I take sodium hydroxide, which is a base, it furnishes, when I mix it in water, it furnishes OH ions, right? We'll move further. Classification of bases based on the ionization power. Now, we classify them in terms of strong base and weak base. So, the base which ionize completely in aqueous solution are called as strong base. Ionize completely is they dissociate completely OH ions. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Weak base, the bases which ionize partially, that means they do not dissociate completely OH negative ions, are called as weak base. Calcium hydroxide. You just need to remember few names here, right? The next part we'll move on to. Based on their acidity, we come to the thing, right? There are three types: monoacidic base, diacidic base and triacidic base. Same thing how we studied in the acid part. So monoacidic base which furnishes 1 OH ions per molecule. Sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Diacidic base which furnishes 2 OH ions, 2 OH negative ions in the per molecule. Example, calcium hydroxide. You can see here it is furnishing 2 OH ions. Magnesium hydroxide. Similarly, triacidic base which can furnish 3 OH negative ions per molecule, aluminium hydroxide and iron hydroxide. So based on their acidity, we determine them as monoacidic base, diacidic base and triacidic base. The next one, based on their concentration, we come to this one, that is concentrated base and dilute base. Now here I have written some name as alkali. I'll explain that. Now what do you mean by concentration? Depending upon the amount of base dissolved in water, which is called as a concentration of a base. We call them as a concentrated base or alkali, dilute base or alkali. Basically, what do you mean by alkali? Alkalis are the bases which are soluble in water. Now, sodium hydroxide is a base. I can also call sodium hydroxide is a alkali. So, basically, the bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. So, all alkalis are what you can say, we can term as all alkalis are bases. That means all alkalis are soluble in water. But all bases are not alkalis, because there are some bases which are not soluble in water. All alkalis are base, but all base are not alkalis. So basically alkalis are nothing but the base which is soluble in water, what we call here is. So moreover in this chapter, instead of using the name base, we will be dealing more on with alkalis, like reaction when a particular metal reacts with the alkali instead of base, but both are equally correct. But remember that whenever we use the word alkali, that means it is purely dissolved in water. So, concentrated alkali, it is an alkali having relatively high percentage of alkali in its aqueous solution. Of course, you understood now the concentration of acid what we had studied. Dilute alkali which have low percentage of alkali in it, like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, etc. So, this is about the part base. Now, the last part in the base what we understand here is where all we use these bases, different bases. Sodium hydroxide, it is used in the manufacturing of soap. Sodium hydroxide is also known as caustic soda. Potassium hydroxide, alkaline batteries, it is used in batteries. So, what type of batteries? It can be even car batteries, right? Then next is ammonium hydroxide or ammonia hydroxide, what you can say, used to remove grease stain from woolen clothes. Calcium hydroxide, manufacture of motor and softening of hard water. Of course, yes, there are certain things what we use in softening of hard water. Magnesium hydroxide, used in antacid. That means whatever antacid tablets, syrup, gel, Digene or whatever we consume that contains antacid, or sometimes we also call that as a milk of magnesia, is used as an antacid. It is a base. Aluminium hydroxide, it is used as a foaming agent in the fire extinguisher. So these are few uses of base, and this is about the introduction of the chapter acid, bases and salt, where we understood what are acids in the basic part in our previous class, and in today's class we understood what are bases. In our next class, we will be dealing more about indicators. Now, what are indicators? Which will tell us whether the content present in it is acid or a base. So, there are different types of indicators. Natural indicators or synthetic indicators and olfactory indicators. Now, natural indicator means what? Which is derived from the natural substances. Synthetic indicators are man-made indicators or which are synthesized in the laboratories or prepared in the laboratories. And the last one, olfactory indicator, that means we can also come to know whether the given substance is an acid or base only based on the smell. Olfactory lobes, when we talk about, olfactory is something related to smell, right? So, with the smell, we can conclude that the given substance is acid or the given substance is base. So, in our tomorrow's class, we will be dealing more about indicators, natural indicators, synthetic indicators and olfactory indicators. So, in today's class about the base introduction, if you have any doubts, you can call on the same day of the video set. Thank you.